Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with the preview for episode 3 of It, Welcome to Derry. I wasn't going to watch these because I don't like spoilers, but I've been paying so close attention to this show and watching other reaction videos that people are mentioning things, and I'm seeing thumbnails, and I keep seeing this image, and it's only 50 seconds. So I woke up this morning, I went and watched it at 3 a.m. last night. Episode 1, I waited a day or two because I didn't know if I was even going to react to it. Then people were telling me how good it was, and they were right. It was phenomenal. I was immediately in. I loved the ending of episode 1. Jumped into episode 2 at 3 a.m. last night, which was getting into Halloween. It's Halloween right now, but it's the morning of Halloween. I slept like 5 hours. I feel pretty good, and I edited up the episode for YouTube. I wanted to see where we go from here. The way the episode ended, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, this is Dick Halloran. I didn't realize this was Dick Halloran in episode 1. I think they showed his name. I'm going to have to go back and look. We have a whole week before episode 3, actually even longer, because it comes out Sunday. So being as this came out early for Halloween, I have 9 days. I will rewatch both episodes, but I'm more curious to see if there were hints as to this being Dick Halloran. I'm thinking when we went to the base and Hanlon was getting introduced to everybody, I'm thinking there we saw his name on his uniform, but he kept giving weird looks. I even said, I went back to my episode 1 reaction and I'm like, this guy looks important. He keeps giving looks. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think something's up with him, like he is special and gifted and he knows or senses something. I didn't think though that they were doing a crossover. I know Stephen King does that a lot in his universes, but I wasn't looking for it. So that's awesome. We end it where Halloran was telling them to dig in a certain spot. He went with Hanlon to the spot and Shaw was there. Shaw admitted to the fact that he planned the whole thing with Hanlon getting jumped in the barracks and Masters taking the blame, and he wanted to see, meaning Shaw, he wanted to see if Hanlon would figure it out, and he did. He was really slick. I was wondering what he was getting at with the gun and everything, but you saw at the end what happened. Besides that, there was 2 extremely terrifying incidents that happened. One with Ronnie and her mother, one with Lily and her father, and then she went to Juniper Hill. So let's just jump in. We'll see this. We'll talk more at the end. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description, link for Patreon, where you'll see every episode of It, Welcome to Derry in full, unedited. You want your own requested show or movie, go to the link. Ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level. I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, started Yellowstone, 1883, Leverage, Warehouse 13, Sherlock, currently doing Tulsa King Season 3, Ranma, Fiona and Cake, Stranger Things final season next month. So is Vox Machina and Mighty Nine's new animated shows. Once Upon a Time, Farscape, Pushing Daisies, thousands of others. Full unedited, check it out. If not, the preview for episode 3, It, Welcome to Derry.
Halloran's psychic abilities have been proven, but there's only so much he can do stuck on base pointing at maps, and we're running out of time. Put him in the air.
Put him in the air. What, are we going to use him like a beacon and find the things? They said the places we're looking for.
Halloran! Halloran!
Do you know what they do to kitty killers in Shawshank?
Shawshank! We're crossing over everywhere.
It won't matter what we tell them unless we can show
Hatchet
them proof.
Hanks.
Can you help us or not?
Step right down. Step right down.
So he saw it. Literally. All right, so he saw
Halloran's psychic
it.
abilities have been proven, but there's only so much he can do stuck on base pointing at maps, and we're running out of time.
I'm watching it again because I want to see if I missed anything. Shaw was saying in the last episode they're like beacons, and in the middle is what we're looking for. It.
Step right up.
And that's the circus, the clown.
Do you know what they do to kitty killers in Shawshank?
It won't matter what we tell them unless we can show them proof. Can you help us or not?
Step right up.
Step right up. It's like the circus, or the carnival, or the...
Right up.
The eyes are menacing. All right, everybody, there is the preview for episode 3 of It, Welcome to Derry. So we see lots of crossovers now. How I'm saying Halloran is from The Shining and he's much younger. I don't know if they gave his age here, but in The Shining, I don't know. He looks like he's like 80 or 90 years old in The Shining. I guess I could go back and look. Maybe I'll do that too. Maybe I'll rewatch The Shining. I also said, just because I wanted to anyway, in the last episode, I was saying I wanted to rewatch all the movies because it was Halloween. I really dig them. I haven't seen them more than like once or twice, and that was back when they came out. I think I saw them in theaters, the remakes I'm talking about. Saw them in theaters, saw them again when they came out in 4K on Blu-ray. So I think I've seen them both twice, but that was years ago, and I didn't think we were going to get something like this where the lore would be that important or specific. But I'm more curious about his age. Like, actually, the thing that's weird to me is in the world of It, we have the original, which was the 1990s, early 90s, late like 80s. That switched when they made the remake. They went from the 1950s, 60s to the 1980s for the kids being young, and then present day for when they're older. But if they're using Dick Halloran, or I'm assuming there's no other Shining, so they would have to be using the original Shining. So it's just weird to me that they're using the original Shining, which came before the original It, but they're using the remake of It in the timeline here. If you think about it, it's a little interesting, but weird and confusing if you're not paying attention. That's what happened in episode 1. I was like, wait, how is this the 1960s when Mike Hanlon was a kid in like that time? But you had to remember the remakes. But that being said, in this preview, we see that Ronnie's dad is going to Shawshank, which is another Stephen King movie. So they're saying Hatchet Hank on her locker. Everyone thinks he killed the kids. But like the fact that Lily at the end of the episode ratted on him, even though he didn't do it, she fake ratted on somebody just because she was afraid of going to Juniper Hill. And she ended up going to Juniper Hill anyway, because then she saw all the crazy shit in the supermarket with her father and the pickles and everything. So it's crazy how everything happened, but the fact that Lily did that, I understand she's a kid, but she knew what she was doing, and Ronnie is her friend, and to falsely accuse Ronnie's father is crazy to me. But that being said, we go to the circus, we see the guy step right up, and we know from the lore of both the original and the remake that it was derived as a clown from this carnival or this circus that would come to town, and there was the guy there. I don't know if that was the guy that's the catalyst for it all, but he's obviously very important for him to have been shown in the preview. And who is the old man? There is like a really skinny old man that was like shown for like a second or two. Is that like somebody's father's? Like, I'm wondering if that is back in the day, because it looks like we're really focusing on Dick Halloran's story in this next episode, which would probably show an origin story. I mean, I'm assuming we saw that he, as this guy, saw it. So it's crazy to me also that he would probably have all these experiences way before The Shining. And little did we know when we saw The Shining that he would one day be shown seeing it from the movie It and Stephen King's other novels. But I mean, at the end there, the wall comes down. It looks like it was going to the sewer. I said during the preview that Shaw was saying that there are like beacons all over, and in the middle of these beacons is what they're looking for. We found the car full of bodies at the end. I don't know what exactly the relevance of that was, but obviously Halloran found something of value. It was buried underground. Like, why would a car full of bodies be buried underground? So there's obviously some significance there, and why else would they have had Halloran pinpoint that location? What is Ronnie's dad's position in all this? I almost feel like he had to go to Shawshank because of something, because like, I don't know, maybe he's another guy that's like gifted, because we have Hanlon, we have Halloran, Hatchet Hank. Why are all these H's? I don't know if that's relevant, but I just realized there's all these H's. Halloran, Hanlon, Hank, Hatchet. Like, maybe I'm just thinking too much about it, but you guys let me know what you think. I'm going to go edit this up, jump into some other things, but I just wanted to get this out there because I'm going to start watching the previews, being as I'm really into the show and I want to theorize with all you and everything like that. Because I was also talking to somebody and they were like, oh, did you see the after thing? And then they want to talk about it. And I'm like, I got to wait a whole week and it's only 50 seconds. And it honestly will help with the theorizing and everything. So You want to see more of what I do? In the description link for Patreon, where you'll see every episode of It, Welcome to Derry in full unedited. You want your own requested show or movie? Go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want. At a certain tier level, I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives, like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, doing Yellowstone, 1883, Leverage, Warehouse 13, currently doing Tulsa King, Rama One Half, Fiona and Cake, Stranger Things final season in less than a month. Same thing with Mighty Nine's new animated series, Vox Machina animated series coming soon. Doing Once Upon a Time, Pushing Daisies, Farscape, Good Omens, thousands of others, full unedited movies and shows. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.